holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy.
Woohoo!
Together as a family, we have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm our life as sacred. We declare that peace is here. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place.
It's green. Thank you, Stephanie and Harry, JR, and Caleb. Are we blessed? We are so blessed. I would like to welcome each and every one of you here. If you don't know me, I'm Carolyn Richardson. I've been a member here for some time, and I love CSL Parker. I hope you do too. And this morning, I'm especially aware that we come on Sunday mornings, and sometimes we come in just absolute celebration and joy. And sometimes we come with a heavy heart. And either way, we're in the right place. And we are especially honored to have Dr. Michelle Medrano with us. Reverend Doctor? Yeah. She comes Mile High is letting us borrow a lead minister. And if you were here last time for her talk, you know that she sends us all home with something that we can use, something that changes us, that helps us, that heals us, and that lifts us up. So we're so glad you're here. And if there is somebody that hasn't been here before, please make sure to grab a card to sign up for a weekly newsletter. Once a week, you'll find out everything that's going on, if there's classes that you're interested in or events, men's, women's groups, and things like that. We also have some of the most wonderful practitioners you can imagine. We are loaded with them. We're heavy. We're on the heavy side with practitioners, and we're so blessed by that. And whether you come in celebration and you want to share that and say, yes, more, this and more, or whether you come with a heavy heart and say, yeah, help me see the truth in all of this. That's what our practitioners are here for, and they love to do that. So grab one after service if you want to have that special blessing in your life. Pam Eichenberger gave us our beautiful altar this morning. Don't you love the autumn? A time of letting go. And we also have the opportunity, if you want to use your credit card to make your donations, you can do that. There's a table over here that they will take those afterwards. And also, you notice over here, there's some bling. And Bern Merkel has donated some of the bling that she made. I'm modeling some of her work. And so be sure to come over and check that out. There's also things for sale online if you're interested in other items for purchase that the proceeds go to CSL Parker. So today, third Sunday of the month, is our potluck Sunday. And I kind of got a little waft and understand that it's a little bit Italian today. Not planned, but it is. We hope you'll stay with and join us as well. So please stay for that. And that's pretty. Not what I'm looking. Let's see. Oh, that's where I wanted to be. I'm sorry. Pardon me. I'm one of those heavy hearts this morning, so my focus isn't as good as it should be. So I still have room in Shirley's class on making decisions. And they just started last week. There's 6 more weeks. It's a CSL accredited class. So if you're interested in that, please go online. You can still register online there. And we have a new class coming up. I'm almost there. Let's start next. On the first Sunday in November, we have Eugene Holden here. If you have not heard him, don't miss it. If you have heard him, I know you'll be here. He's also going to do a class afterwards, and so you can stay for a class with his. And the Sunday after that, Dr. Vern and Yvonne Levy are doing a workshop on prayer reimagined. I don't know, sometimes my prayer life feel like it gets a little stagnant and rote, and it's not coming as much from the heart as I would like it to. And I am certain that by going to Dr. Vern's workshop, that's going to change. So I'm looking forward to that. And I just got to Eugene Holden's. It's becoming the invitation with a child's heart. Oh, yeah. Who doesn't want to do that? And then we have another upcoming class, a 6-week class, led by our own Sharon Fleming. I didn't get to take her last one, so I am definitely going to sign up on this one. It's Musings on My Life. It's a 6-week session with workshop to explore stories that shape us. I'm not trying to get rid of some of my stories and write new ones, so I think that might work in this class. She says, join her for welcoming spaces that are created when reflection becomes a form of prayer and writing becomes a path to wholeness and self-awareness. So go online and sign up for those classes or check with them afterwards. Anna Cohen is there one open cabin? There's one open cabin on the Alaska cruise next September? July. Okay, so next July. One cabin opened up, so if you missed the first go around, this is your chance to grab a cabin and go, so don't hesitate. There's one cabin left. Our practitioner today is Liz Rudberg, our bundle of joy. And at this point, we turn the service over to her.
Will you join me in prayer? On this day that God hath made, we rejoice and we celebrate all that is and all that can be. One need only look outdoors today to see the glory that God is. And that fall light, it is like carbonated holiness. We remember in these fall days that there are things that are okay to let go of now, and know that there is rebirth in that letting go. So I know that for each one of us here, we are divinely inspired and divinely guided to be that expression of love that we were born to be. We are that exact same creature as the day we were created, and all of that love and all of that divinity is still within us. I know that the message today will remind us of who we truly are. The truth of our being and the truth of our soul is that we are love and we are loved. We are blessed and we are blessings. So for this and so much more, I give great thanks. I give so richly bundled up thank yous to that divine inspiration that I know is here, that wraps around me, that guides me, that gives me the courage to heal, to forgive, and to be joyful. So thank you, God, for all the riches and for all the blessings. I need only turn my attention towards those blessings, and they will multiply and they will expand. So for this community, I am grateful. For Dr. Michelle, I am grateful for this message that we will hear today, that will lift us up, that will inspire us, that will take us to that next joyful level in our experience here on this planet. So please join me in grounding this prayer by saying, "And so it is." I have a short reading for you today. Co-creation. As a practitioner, you know, we are tasked with finding some kind of a reading that goes with the message. Well, guess what? Co-creation is all Ernest Holmes ever wrote about. So here we go. Spirit withholds nothing from you. To believe that God refuses the good you desire is to deny the goodness of God. Accept then for yourself the profound conclusion of the one who said, "It is done unto you as you believe." The creative law which you use like a mirror, that mirror reflects back to you the image you hold before it. Hold there, then, the image of faith and expectancy with enthusiastic conviction and undenying trust. The only thing that can hinder you is yourself. God's creative power of mind is right here. We have as much of this power to use as we believe in and can embody. The storehouse of nature is filled with infinite good, awaiting the touch of our awakened thought to spring forth into manifestation in our lives. But the awakening must be within our thought. The word we speak is law, and the law of our lives, and nothing hinders its operation but ourselves.
pray faith. I choose faith. I am faith. I have faith. I pray faith. I choose faith. I am faith. When I trust and I let go, I know all is well. I have peace. I pray peace. I choose peace. I am peace. I have peace. I pray peace. I have peace. I am peace. When I trust and I let go, I know all is well.
So we breathe in this very moment, embracing that faith and that peace, recognizing that in every moment we exist, we are contributing and in receivership to life. If we ever question whether our very existence matters, all we need do is bring our attention to our breath. So I remind us this morning as we continue this centering activity that with every breath, with every breath, with every breath, we truly make a difference. For we are in receivership every time we breathe in of vital, vital nutrients that feed and nurture our body temple and affirm our yes to life. And every time we breathe out vital nutrients that serve and support the planets and trees of our planet. The beautiful trees that grow through the chemistry that we release. So with every breath, we make a difference. And this morning, we remember this cycle of receivership and generosity. Not only is taking place in our breath, we affirm it this morning as an energy that is taking place in our very presence here, in our community this morning, and in life on this planet that we share with so many beings. And so we gratefully are in receivership of all the good that God is, and receivership of love and peace and faith that we've been singing of as we breathe in and we recognize this truth. We are open and we are in receivership, willing to receive the gifts that are right here and right now in this beautiful time together, whether it be a gift of a hug or an encouraging word or a song that uplifts us or a prayer that reminds us, or a word that helps us remember the truth of who we are. We open our hearts, our minds, our very being to that receivership, recognizing that the good that God is shines brightly, just like our beautiful sun. And even on a cloudy day, the sun continues to shine. So whether today is a beautiful blue sky day in our life where it's easy to see that sun that represents the divine, or whether it's a cloudy day where we're questioning and the weather isn't perfect, we stand in the faith that that sun is shining forth brightly and we are in receivership of it. We say yes to it. And we easily and effortlessly recognize that in that receivership, we must give back. For we all know that when it comes to the cycle of breath, we could never just breathe in all the time. We must breathe out. And therefore, we give back this day. right here, right now, in this meditation, we send blessings of love to every person who is here with us in community, who is part of this service, every person who is part of CSL Parker, wherever they may be. We send blessings to everyone in this place where we are connected in that oneness that unites us all. And we give back our energy and our love and our hugs and our support and our gifts into this day that we are living together. We are in that cycle of receivership and generosity. We are in the cycle of abundance. It is who and what we are. And so we breathe that in one more time, giving thanks for this truth, letting it be, feeling it fully, and surrendering it up, knowing we are blessed and we are a blessing. It's so good, and so it is.
I am love. I have love. I pray love. I choose love. I am love. I have love. I pray love. I choose love. When I trust and I let go, I know all is well. I'm called to be a healer for all humanity. I am called to be a dreamer, believe in what can be. I'm called to be a maker, be an instrument of peace. I'm called to be a giver, of abundance I receive. I am called to be a prayer, living out the truth I seek. I am called to be everything. I am called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I am the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We're called to be. You are called to be a mother, to nurture family. You are called to be a brother, be strength in times of need. You are called to be a neighbor, see a friend in all you meet. You are called to be a leader, to build community. You are called to be a prayer, living out the truth you seek. You are called to be everything. You are called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. You are the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. forgiveness, set the brokenhearted free. We are called to be forgiveness where pain has run too deep. We are called to be compassion, be the wind beneath each wing. We are called to make communion, only then can we succeed. We are called to be a prayer, living out the truth we seek. We are called to be everything. We are called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. We are the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We are called to be love, called to be joy, called to be peace. We're called to be joy, called to be love, called to be peace. We're called to be love, called to be joy, called to be, we're called to be. We're called to be.
Thanks, you guys.
Beautiful. Thank you, Stephanie.
You're welcome.
Thank you to
Thank
the
you.
gentlemen in the band, too. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. All right. Well done. Well, I'm so glad to be back with you all. It's delightful to have a chance to experience this community together once again, and I am happy to be talking about co-creating a new story. Anybody here in the midst of co-creating a new story? I have a feeling that that's probably true for many of us on an individual level, as well as I know that this community is getting a chance right now to co-create a new story. And so I really want to talk today from that standpoint, from principles and ideas and concepts that can support us in our own journey of living, so that if we're setting forward on a new path, we have some reminders of the principles we teach to do that, as well as hoping to contribute to the opportunity that's before this wonderful community to create a new story. And so it's important that we recognize that co-creation, as we heard in our readings today, is a huge part of what our founder talked about. That there's honestly not ever a moment in your life or mine that we're not in co-creation. It's not like you get to go, I'm going to take a break right now. I'm going to stop co-creating. It doesn't work like that. Because we are constantly being infused and are the infusion of the divine, we are always, every moment in the journey of co-creating. And we have to accept this, and we have to pay attention to this. We have to be diligent. It's as if we've been given this beautiful gift, and we don't have the opportunity to set it aside at all. That's why, as religious scientists, we pay attention. We pay attention to the outcomes of our life. We pay attention to our thoughts and our emotions and our repetitive patterns. We pay attention to the decisions that we make. We are diligent to what is going on in this inner atmosphere, because we accept that the God, the creative presence that exists through us, doesn't have an opportunity to say, oh, I know you didn't really mean that, honey, right? Doesn't have the capacity any more than, as Ernest Holmes taught, when we are a gardener and we plant a seed. If we plant the seed for carrots or whatever, the bulb or whatever it takes to grow carrots, the soil doesn't have an opportunity to go, you really need more greens. I'm going to grow you green beans this time, honey, because I love you so much. It doesn't have the capacity to do that, does it? And so our capacity to grow the life we want to have, to grow the community that we want to have, is all within us. Each one of us as a contributing factor to the outcomes of our living and to the outcomes that we share collectively. So we must take our place as a co-creative person. At the same time, I think that it can be really challenging as a conscious co-creator to be authentic about what's going on while also being a co-creator. What I mean by that is, let's say it's not going well, or it's not going the way you like it. And someone says, how's it going? Well, we science of minders would be like, it's fantastic. It's awesome. But all the while, it's not really awesome right now. We're struggling with something, or something's not working out. And sometimes what has developed in the culture of community, there were times years ago where in Science of Mind, if someone was ill or having a challenge in their life, they might feel too ashamed to show up, to say, I'm not feeling good, especially if they were a practitioner or a minister. Because people judge, you're a practitioner and you got the flu? You are a practitioner and you're having financial problems? What is wrong with your consciousness? Zig Ziglar used to call it stinking thinking, didn't he? So we tend to project onto people, well, I wonder what they've been thinking about. And that really isn't very helpful now, is it? And so we have to kind of pay attention to the times we're tempted to do that. There's this classic joke that many of you probably heard, because I know many of you have been around this teaching for a long time, but it was one of the first jokes I ever heard about a religious science minister, and it made me laugh. And it's a Catholic priest and a Jewish rabbi and a religious science minister are in the afterlife, and they found themselves, unfortunately, in hell. And so they're sitting there talking about how the heck did they get to hell? Or how the hell did they get to hell? How did this happen? And so the priest says, well, I didn't always follow the meatless Friday thing. That might have gotten me into some trouble. And they're kind of nodding. And then the rabbi says, well, I really did love pork. I really had a hard time giving up the pork. And they turn to the religious science minister and they say, how do you think you got here? And the religious science minister says, it's not hot, I'm not here. It's not hot, I'm not here. It's not hot, I'm not here. That's a temptation, isn't it? To look at our life and look what's going on. I just don't see it. I don't see it. It's not happening. If I don't look at it, it's not happening. But a co-creator, a person who is sovereign in their life, does not play that game. They look at what's going on and they can say, yes, we are in the midst of a big change right now. No, that did not go the way that I hoped it would go, and I still can have faith. Yes, I'm feeling a little sad today and I'm going to figure it out. I know I'll figure it out. It's that being with what's so while also being able to claim the future. And this is really important because I believe firmly that we are not a teaching of denial. We are not a teaching who says just pretend it's not happening and it will go away. We are a teaching that stands boldly in the face of even the most challenging and daunting circumstances and can look right at what's going on and say, I see that not wanted situation, and I see the truth on the other side of it, and I can claim, as I look right at it, a greater future is unfolding here. I don't like the change that's happening. I wish it had never happened, and I can be sad about it, and I can be frustrated with it, and I can also see that on the other side of the change, we're stronger because of it. We are able to withstand and we are able to thrive in the midst of it. And what can happen is that we can fall into the categories of either just being too positive about it and being too Pollyanna about it, or being way, way negative. It's all messed up. It's never going to work. I don't know what's going to happen to us. It's all falling apart. Neither one of those polarities are the polarity of a true co-creator. It's standing in the midst of what's so right now, powerfully. And so then we understand that it becomes the culmination of our thoughts, intentions, habits, decisions, and energy about things that contribute to their outcome. And that we have a responsibility with every situation in our life that we care about to be a conscious co-creator. Whether it's my bank account, my body, my relationships with people I hang out with, my community. No one who's here is immune from the future that this community is unfolding. No one. Everyone is a part of that. And we get to take our place in that. I agree. Holmes spoke incessantly about co-creation, so I brought some quotes too today, just to remind us. You can find them everywhere. She's absolutely right. Pure spirit exists at the very center of our being, at the innermost part of our mind. It is our true and eternal self. Such life as we have flows from it, and he capitalizes it. There is nothing to our real being other than life and what it does through us. My favorite quote of Ernest Holmes is that spirit can only do for us what it can do through us. And I remind myself of that all the time. It can only do for me what it can do through me. So as a co-creator, what am I providing for it to create through me becomes the question. What's the energy, the consciousness, the patterns of thoughts? And this is important. How can I be in the highest place of co-creation in my life? That's the question I'm asking us today. And I brought 3 answers, 3 ways that I think we can do that for myself and for people that I share my life with. So the first one, in being in the highest place of co-creation, I have to know my values and make decisions that are in alignment with my values. Not what I value today because I'm in a good mood, but what are my highest values? That's what this community is in the midst of too. What are the highest values that CSL Parker has for itself as a continuing experience of God as spiritual community? What are the highest values? And as that co-creation takes place, looking at and seeing through those values that the decisions that leadership makes and the community makes together are important. It's distinctive from who wants this and who wants that, isn't it? And even in my own life, if I have a high value for something and there's a part of my personality that's in conflict with that, we've got to work that out. Because otherwise, I will suffer, won't I? I will suffer because I will not feel as though I'm moving in the direction I truly want to move. And I will suffer because I will, at the very least, neutralize myself. Holmes talked about this too. He talked about how, one part of us wants to stand for these high values, while all the while another part is in their blame and resentment. You don't get to have both of those. You don't get to say, I'm a forgiving and loving person, but I hate them. Doesn't work like that. At the very least, we completely neutralize ourselves. We do not make progress. We do not feel happy. We do not feel content. We do not feel connected. We've got to make a choice, and we've got to feed into that value of I am a forgiving and loving person, and I've got to then pay attention to the times I don't want to be that, and I've got to say that's not in alignment with my value. How can I heal that? Because I want to live a life that's in alignment with my value. And so that has to be, for me, things like we've sung about this morning already, love. I have a high value for love. I choose to be a loving, kind person to everyone, not just the people that I like. That's kindergarten. Anybody can do that. Can I be a loving and kind person to the person who criticizes me the most? Can I be a loving and kind person to someone I profoundly disagree with about how they're living their life or what they're doing or how they're being? Can I be a loving and kind person on this committee that I'm sitting in, and they all want to go that way and I want to go that way? Can I still be loving and kind? These become the questions that ferret out. Am I living from my values? And in living from my values, then I co-create in power. I don't separate myself. I don't discombobulate myself. I don't neutralize myself, because my value is about love and being peaceful and creating collaboration and connection. I value abundance, that there's more than enough for everyone and everything. So I have to constantly challenge myself. And I'm also, for me, a high value is wherever I go, whether it's a private conversation with my husband or a conversation on a team or a committee, I'm always there for the highest and best for everyone, not just for me. Not just what will serve Michelle. Well, what will serve me will serve everyone. So we will go that direction. That's not how, that's ego, right? That's ego, which is separation and disconnect. It's I'm here for the highest and the best. Here's what I admit. This isn't always easy, because our personalities get in the way, but over and over and over, we are challenged to be conscious co-creators and live from our highest values. And so we've got to know what those are. We've got to know what we value most. And we've got to know as a community what is valued most here. So as we continue to co-create our future, we do it from that place. One of the most powerful things I ever saw in a church in my first ministry, where I was the senior minister, it was in Arizona. My first year there, we had it was a consensus-based leadership model. So in order to move forward on certain things, the whole board had to be in agreement. And if we weren't in agreement, we worked hard to figure out where we were not in agreement so we could collaborate and work towards agreement. And in that first year, we were having some financial challenges. We were seeing the money go down a bit. And we had an assistant minister that we'd hired for the first year that I was there. And she said she would stay and help. And then that year was running out, and we were looking at our budget saying, we got to cut a little bit. Well, she had a vote on the board, and a proposal was brought forth to fire her, to let her go, because of the budget. She had a vote. I watched this minister vote yes to let herself go, because she knew it was the highest and best thing for the community. It was one of the most loving things I have ever seen. And I've watched that time and time again as things that we're attached to and think that are so important. And the group says, it's time to stop doing that. It's time to stop spending that money. And people get mad and pick up their toys and walk away. As a community, can I be here for the highest and best for everyone? And what does that mean? That leads me into the second thing that I suggest we have to do to live from the highest place of co-creative energy, and that is that we have to be open. We have to think outside the box. We have to think outside our comfort zones and push away those comfort zones. We have to be willing to do that in every area of our life. Because comfort zones, while they're comfortable, they can leave us stuck. Because the bottom line is, if we think and act as we always have, we'll get the same results, while all the while yearning for different results. We have this very strange relationship with change. I often joke about how Ernest Holmes, one of the primary things that Ernest Holmes said to us is, change your thinking, change your life. For many of us, here's how it really is. Change my thinking, change my life, but don't change the service order. I really don't like it when you change the service order. Change my thinking, change my life, but don't you change the way the aisles go in my store, or it will be very uncomfortable for me. Change my thinking, change my life, but I don't like the way you changed your hair, right? We love to say we love change, but we really don't. We resist it. We don't want it to happen. It's going to happen. It's the only thing that does happen, right? And so comfort zones often are these places where we dig in and we say, I can't have this change. This is where I'm comfortable. But it doesn't serve us to live in those comfy, cozy places sometimes. We've got to be the kind of people, when it comes to being a co-creator, who can have the courage and the faith to step up above the comfort zones. I found these cute little things about comfort zones that I call them gigglies, because they are truths, but they make me giggle. A comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there except maybe your Netflix queue. If you want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done, right? I just said that, but like talk to strangers or eat kale. No, he's not going for it. Your comfort zone is like a couch, soft, safe, and slowly turning you into a potato. And here's my favorite one that I think is true. Step out of your comfort zone. The Wi-Fi might be weak, but the signal to your soul is strong. Yeah, it is. So what does it take to embrace new ideas, highest ideas? It takes creativity. It takes a willingness in my life and to share with people to be a brainstormer, to think about ideas and think about possibilities and to bring forth possibilities always in situations and be as open to possibilities wherever I go. Wow, that's an interesting idea. That's fascinating. Tell me more. How would that look? What do you think? Whether it's with my family or my community or in my workplace, those people who are open and willing to share ideas and to hear ideas are movers and shakers and change makers, and they're creative and they're lifting their life up. It doesn't mean that every idea that comes forth we actually act on. In fact, brainstorming is the exact opposite of that. We say anything that comes to mind and we write it down and look at it, and I love it because it's energizing, and what it does is it lifts up the energy of an individual or a group and allows the people to see the possibilities that are here for us. And so we get to live like that instead of looking around and seeing new ideas. Oh, the kids these days and these new ideas. Oh, look what they're doing over there in sports or this. And we feel like we have to criticize new ideas. And that becomes a constant habit for some of us. Think about what we're doing to ourselves when we do that. So even just the activity of welcoming any new idea, well, that's interesting. I never would have thought about it that way. I don't think I'd do it that way, but that's really an interesting way to think about it. That opens up within ourselves this treasure trove of energy that is the co-creative energy we're seeking when we're wanting to have a better life or create a new outcome. We don't get to have it both ways. We don't get to constantly criticize new ideas and then move forward in our own ideas. So it's about gathering people. One of the ideas we have this week in the information that Jeanette sent me is gather a few others to imagine together what the next chapter of this community could look like. How energizing could that be? We all do yoga while we're in church together. We all stand on our heads. Stephanie sings backwards. All these things. She sings in Pig Latin. Now that would be fun. I'd like that. Okay, so these ideas are silly, crazy, but what they do is they open up the synapses of the brain so that as a co-creator, we are stepping outside the boxes. And so it takes great courage to do this. And then the last thing we have to do, which can be one of the hardest things, I have to do my part, do my work, do my healing. Whether I'm in a family or any relationship, a community, the more I do my part, the better it is for me and everyone that I contribute to. This is about vibrational energy. Every single one of us is a vibrational energy of the divine expressing ourselves. And we all know the things that cause our vibrational energy to rise. Some common things that I believe as a spiritual leader and a human being in this pathway that help: spiritual practice, meditation. But finding your way into that is important. Not everybody's vibrational energy raises dramatically by sitting cross-legged on the floor chanting Om. Some people, it's walking in nature. Some people, it's listening to music and singing along loudly. And some people, it's dancing. Some people, it's reading inspirational thoughts and contemplating. But we all have a responsibility. We all have accountability, not only to our spiritual community, but to our fellow humans on this planet, to raise our personal vibration as high as we possibly can. Yeah. And this is one place where we sometimes are a little entitled. We expect our world leaders, we expect our political leaders, we expect our spiritual leaders to raise their vibration as high as possible and take care of the rest of us, while all the while we're doing nothing about ours. It doesn't work like that. The leaders in a community, your minister, your practitioners, the leaders in your family, the leaders in your workplace, the leaders in our country, the leaders on our planet, we, the people, are the foundational energy from which they receive that which guides them. Whether they know it consciously or not, it is the truth. We all have a responsibility to do our part to raise our vibration. So that does include whatever spiritual practice represents for each one of us. And I don't care whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 hours or 10 hours a day, whatever it is for us, we all know I need to take responsibility for myself to do what allows me to feel that connection to the divine. Raising my energy then is about spiritual practice. It's also, and this is the hard part, I've already alluded to it earlier, it's doing my healing work. It's becoming a kinder, more forgiving person. It's recognizing that I might have had a challenged past, had my heart broken, lost everything that I wanted, had my dreams shattered. I might have experienced illness or financial ruin, betrayal, and still I am accountable for doing my healing work. Because here's how that works. As a co-creator, whatever is unhealed in us, we attract people to us to push that button. Even church people. I've been working for a church now, as I think I mentioned last time, for 40 years. And I'm always surprised that people come to our churches or our centers and they leave sometimes saying, people just weren't friendly to me. Or that person over there, they were mean to me, so I can't go there anymore. Our teaching says, if you find people unfriendly, if you find someone pushed your buttons, remember, they didn't install the button. You did. You installed the button. It's your button. And the only one who can dismantle it is you. And what I can promise is whatever people sometimes leave here disgruntled from, they're taking it with them and they're going to get the same disgruntlement in any other spiritual community they go to. They're going to get the same disgruntlement in their workplace, because until we are responsible for those buttons that get us upset or cause us to feel unworthy or unloved or unappreciated or unseen or whatever that is, opportunities will just come to us for those buttons to get pushed. Not because the universe is saying, well, I'm going to show you, but because that button is seeking to be resolved so we can get in alignment with our highest value. When that button is active in us, it's hard to be in alignment with our highest values. And so we keep getting opportunity after opportunity. Just notice, we have to notice, what's our pattern? I tend to have a pattern, unfortunately, where I feel unheard. And it's a childhood pattern. And I have to look at it all the time and say, there it is again. There's my button. Okay, I got to work on that. I have to forgive my parents over and over for not hearing me. I have to forgive teachers and other people over so that I can stand in the presence of my relationships and be heard and feel heard and recognize I'm just making up a story. It's just a button getting pushed. It's not really the truth. And that is what the game is about. It's about finding our center in God and doing our healing work. We have to then relinquish blame and judgment and anger. So these are the things that I think make us the most powerful and highest vibrational co-creators. If we have our values in place, and we align with those values and make decisions about our life and the life we share from those values. If we are open and creative and mind and creative beings who are always looking for opportunities to be creative and think outside our box and challenge our comfort zones, if we are people who take responsibility for our healing journey and choose to raise our energy to the highest vibration possible, then everywhere we go, we're a contribution, a beneficial presence, a light unto this world in every arena that we share. This allows us to co-create and be a part of co-creating a glorious, beautiful, aligned, abundant, joyous, loving future. But we all have to take our place in it. And so with that, I invite us now to step into some prayer together, invite our practitioners to I believe you all surround the room, which I love, so I invite us to do that now. And as we take this time to go within, we breathe in this very breath of life and allow ourselves to recognize the one presence, the one power, the one life, the one energy that permeates all of creation. We know it to be God, Spirit, the infinite one. We see it, we sense it, we remember together in this beautiful prayerful moment that it is who and what we are. Joyfully, joyfully, I see this as the truth of this universe, the truth of this moment now. God, this infinite loving light and presence, is the very essence of everything and everyone. Therefore, it is right here and right now, speaking in me and through me as I speak the words in this prayer, speaking in and through and as our beautiful practitioners who surround us in love and energy, speaking in and through as each one of us, as we hear that voice speak to us and remind us of our truth. And I accept and affirm that we are one. We are one, existing in and as this beautiful presence and this co-creative energy. For this energy can only do for us what it does through us. And so in this prayer, we do nothing to God, yet we open our consciousness to be of greater receivership of truth and love and wholeness. And I declare and accept that each one of us is guided beautifully, easily, and effortlessly in the days ahead to that which is ours to do and be, to be a conscious co-creator, supporting and sustaining our own life and the life that we share. And most especially here at CSL Parker, I accept and affirm that the co-creative energy that God is moving beautifully in, through, and as this beloved community, and that all energy is open and available, guiding and directing each one and all of the leaders here into inspired right action on behalf of the community. And each of us has our part to play, and we play it joyfully, lovingly, and consciously. And therefore, as we go forth in the days ahead, our life is beautifully connected and aligned with the great good that life is as us. I'm so grateful that this is the truth of us right now, that this is the truth of this community, that this truth is now being made manifest as it has been spoken. And so it is with faith and love and confidence that I release this word into the action of that universal law that does the work, surrendering this prayer like a seed into the rich soil of creation. I accept and affirm that as it has been spoken, it is so, right here, right now, and I let it be, and so it is. Amen. Thank you, thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. This is the time in our service where we have a chance, an opportunity, and I like to call it an opportunity, to recognize the abundance in which we live, move, and have our being and give from that place into this community. And so however it is that you give, I think the ushers do. Yep, I see some baskets, so we'll be passing baskets. But as we prepare to share, I recognize and honor that our sharing is an affirmation. It's an affirmation that affirms that we live in abundance. I like how Dr. Michael Beckwith calls it, we live in the overflow. And so we give from the overflow back into life. We allow our offering to be a representation of our acknowledgement of our abundance. And so as we prepare to give, just take your gift if you want to hold it up to your hearts. And if it's an auto gift or you give online or however it is that you give, just imagine that moment that you push the button or you put the gift into the basket, and let's affirm together, this gift I give is God in action. It represents the abundance of life. And I am so grateful to acknowledge it through my generous giving. Thank you, life. And so it is.
When you hear a voice no one else can hear, yet it's clear and loud and ringing in your ear, and you finally know what it's time to do, that's your true calling, calling you. That's your true calling, calling you. When your heart's wide open 'cause your mind's been changed and the dreams you dream are not the same, there's a gate that's open you can walk right through, that's your true calling, calling you. That's your true calling, calling you. You ask yourself, is this a voice I can trust? You think you can't, but you know that you must. You're afraid you'll fall if you let go, but there's only one way you'll ever know. Those wings you keep folded are meant to be used when your true calling is calling you. Yes, your true calling is calling you. You ask yourself, am I asking too much? You think you can't, but you know that you must. When your heart's wide open 'cause your mind's been changed and the dreams you dream are not the same, there's a gate that's open you can walk right through, that's your true calling, calling you. That's your true calling, calling you. Yes, your true calling is calling you. Your true calling is calling you. Thank you.
Whew. Thank you so much. So that offering, let's bless it, shall we? So we give thanks for this wonderful generosity that is represented here in these baskets and represented through all of our online gifts. Every gift that comes through this community is a blessing, and we know that it blesses those who give, those who receive, and that each one of us, as witness to it, is blessed and brought into the truth of our abundant nature. Thank you, life, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you again for being here today. I'm so grateful. I've got my Broncos earrings on. Go Broncos. We're going to the game, so we'll cheer everybody on for you, okay? And so I invite you to join me for the benediction. If you'd like to stand for that, let's do so. Please say after me, something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind and my body. I am a co-creator. And so grateful for it. Thank you, life. And so it is.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now.